So in the previous video, I talked about that I was preparing to run a half a marathon, which is on average of 120 days. I looked it up. Today is the 122nd day till the actual half a marathon, which I'm gonna run on the 11th of January 2026. This is the second day. I'm actually gonna run 8 kilometers right now because I promised myself to do that. So Monday I ran 5 kilometers. Today I'm gonna run 8 kilometers because it's a Wednesday. I'm gonna run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Next week, Monday, I'm gonna run again 5 kilometers based on the pace. I'm gonna run as fast as possible. And then Wednesday, I'm gonna run 9 kilometers. And on Fridays, I'm gonna do interval training to actually speed up, like you can say, my pace a little bit, that I can like get, you can say, like on the same level that I like need to be on if I want to run the half a marathon. So I promised myself to do this. I don't really like. I was so hyped up Monday, to be honest, like to run this, and it's currently around 8:30 p.m. right now. It's getting dark. It's actually dark outside right now. It's cold. I don't really want to run, but I have to run. And the reason for that is because I promised myself that I'm gonna run, and that's what I'm gonna do basically. Even though like this right now, I don't really want to run right now. I don't really like it. I just want to stay inside and like do some other things that I want to like focus on, because I've got an exam on a Friday, not a big exam, but she's still an exam on a Friday, which in 2 days from now I should actually be studying. But the problem is that I promised myself to run on a Wednesday, which is today, so I'm gonna do that. So discipline kicks in right now. The motivation is very low, to be honest. Like it's cold, and I'm not really that hyped, and I'm tired. Like I had a very long day, and I just got home at like 6:30, and I just ate a big bowl of like rice and stuff. And so I'm not really that like motivated, you can say. I'm not really like in the state of being that I was Monday. This is actually before the run. I'm also gonna make a video after the run, when I'm like finished with the run itself. So I actually assigned to the half marathon actually an hour ago. It was like 36 euros, something like that. So it was actually pretty cheap, and I accepted the challenge, man. So because I feel like I paid for it, it's my responsibility to actually genuinely finish the half marathon. I also ordered a Garmin watch, so this is the last freaking time that I'm gonna run with my phone. It was such a pain in the ass, bro. Like I was running with my phone, like I'm gonna do it like this last time. So today I'm also gonna run with my phone. But it was such a pain in the ass, bro, to like run with your phone in your hand because you want to listen to music. And even without the music, I still have to like run with the phone because it keeps track of my like miles and stuff. So like how much I still need to run, and how much I like still need to go, what time and stuff. I have an app for that. So it keeps track of my records, you can say. And it was such a pain in the ass to like just take this freaking phone in my hands and just run with it. Um, so that's gonna change, which is also a positive thing. So I've already like invested. I'm not gonna say spend because I feel like I invested in my health. I've already invested like 350 euros on this, like 360 euros, something like that. But who cares? Like on this race that I'm gonna run. So because I put like my own money into the game, you can say, I feel like responsible to like finish it, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish this fucking run because I promised myself to do that. And right now, today, what my focus is going to be, that's what I always like want to discuss before the run. Like before the run, like right now, I want to focus like what my focus is going to be and what I like want to do with this run. So well, like I said, on the Mondays, I'm basically going to focus on like the pace itself. So Mondays I run around like 5 to 6 kilometers, but I'm gonna do that like as fast as I can. So around like 22, 23 minutes, and hopefully even less, at an average of, like I said in the previous video, of like 4.5, like 4.53 minutes per kilometer, which is not bad. It's actually pretty decent. So I ran it like in 24 minutes and 22 seconds, which is, like I said, is pretty decent, but I can also be better. I want to like do it below the 20 minutes one day. Like I want to get into such a fast space on the Mondays, of course, not on a long run, because it's called a marathon, it's not called a sprint stuff. So on the Mondays I want to get like to the level of where I can basically run the 5 kilometers within 20 minutes, and hopefully the 6 kilometers within the 25 minutes. That's a good actually goal to strive towards, and that's what my goal is going to be. And on the Wednesdays, which is today, I want to focus more on like the long run. So I don't really want to like focus on the pace and like the speed and stuff. I want to focus on how long I can run, and the distance, of course, is 8,000 meters, which is 8 kilometers. But I'm not really going to focus on like genuinely finishing with a good pace. I'm like literally gonna focus on if I can finish or not. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Like I said, I don't really want to run right now. It's cold. It's getting cold. Like it's September and stuff, and it's dark, and I genuinely don't want to run, man. Like I'm not like coming here in front of a camera and bitch about it, but to be honest, man, it's just like pain in the ass right now. But I feel like this may sound cringe and stuff, but I feel like I'm just like Rocky preparing for a fight, preparing for like a boxing fight, like in the old movies and stuff. And that hypes me up a little bit. And to be honest, like I'm still like a little bit sore on my legs, like it's still hurting. I actually got a pretty good recovery yesterday to like today. Like even in general in these 2 days, I ate a lot of carbs, which is great. I also like got a very good sleep. I slept around an average of like 8 hours every single night, which is great. And even if I get the Garmin watch, I actually can keep track of like how much I've slept, which is also great because it's like keeps track of my recovery time, which is also great because then I can like view the statistics and see what I can improve upon and what I can like still have like still my like my good points and still what I can improve upon. These videos, like I said also in the previous video, are not going to be edited. These videos are just going to be raw because it's just like takes way too much time to actually edit every single video, and I've got like so many things more to do. Like I've got an exam coming up on a Friday, not a big exam like I said, but still an exam, and I've got to like prepare for that a little bit, and I'm like recording this video, which I don't mind because it's a passion of mine. But it's still like there was like when university started, I knew this gonna happen. Life just got way more hectic, got like way more busier, but I like it. I like the challenge. The reason why I'm doing this is because I like the challenge, and I just want to see that I can like actually fucking do it. I also like running, to be honest. Running is like very peaceful, especially like times when I've like run without music. I'm like such in a present moment, like I also talked about in the previous video, and it's just like a very great feeling to be alive. And so today I want to focus on, like I said, not on a pace, but like actually finishing the 8 kilometers and see how far. Hopefully I'm gonna like finish it within 50 minutes. That's what my goal is going to be, but I'm not really going to be really focused on that. I'm more going to be focused on actually finishing the 8 kilometer run. And we will see how far we can actually take that. It's going to be difficult. I don't really want to run, but I have to run. Discipline is kicking in right now. And I'm gonna take you guys with me on the journey, man, because that's the reason why I wanted to do this. Like record myself, put it online, somebody watches it, maybe gets inspired by it, and maybe he or she like does it the same thing like I did. To like basically like following you guys, like you guys following me, hopefully if you're guys watching this video on my journey, and see where the road takes me, man. I feel like it's an exciting time to be alive. I'm very grateful to be alive. And we're gonna make the best out of it, man. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna see how far I can take it. Very busy schedule these days, but that's what I like, man. That's because it keeps me busy. It keeps me like focused on the goal. It keeps me focused on the mission, on the purpose. When in reality, if your schedule is not really that, of course your schedule can be like very filled and stuff with like bullshit, and that's not what I'm doing. But like if your schedule is not really that filled with like the things that you want to do, like for example with me like running and university and stuff, but if it's not really that filled with like the things that you genuinely want to do, and it like you're pretty much like, I feel like wasting your time, and time is the most precious thing that we have. And especially if you're young like me, 21 years old, I still have to make I have to make the most of it, my friend. I have to make most of it. Like even this video, recording this video right now, I'm such in a flow state, and this is like not even work for me. It's just fun. It's just a passion of mine. It's just this, you can say a side hustle, whatever, but it's just what I like to do. Same goes with running. Also it's like great for my health and stuff. Like it keeps me lean and stuff. I do have to sacrifice the gym sessions because I cannot really go to the gym as much as I like could. But still, man, it's just a great way to like relieve a little bit, get away from the intellectual stuff and more into your body, to get like the sweat going, the blood flow going, to like pump your heart faster and stuff. It's very great. So I'm gonna prepare myself for the run, and I see you guys after the run when the run is finished, and I will tell you guys how the run was, like the downfalls, what I actually experienced and stuff, and we will pick it up from there. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video, and we will see, man. We will see. All right, guys, I'm outside, and it fucking sucks, bro. It's raining actually a bit, not too much. Hopefully it's not gonna rain too much, but it's raining a little bit, and it's fucking frustrating me, man. It fucking sucks, man. It genuinely sucks. I don't want to run. It's also cold as shit. But yeah, this is what it takes, man. This is the journey. This is genuinely the journey. Yeah, it's gonna fucking suck. I don't like to be like David Goggins and shit, but it's just not fun. It is what it is, my friend. I still have to do this. I'm not gonna back off just because of some fucking water falling from the sky. We're gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm warmed up. Let's see how far I can take this, but this is what I mean, man. It's just the fucking journey. It sucks, like rain and stuff, and I have to run there. And fucking awesome, man. Let's get it. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Okay, I just realized that once again, I was not recording the video. I actually made a 3-minute video outside when I just finished the run. But apparently my phone did not record, so I'm gonna do it again here. It's no problem. I'm used to it. I've been like recording multiple times and the phone is just not recording. I don't know why. Maybe it's the battery. But I still have like 14% left, so I can still make the end of the video. But yeah, man, I finished it. I finished the race. For myself, the 8 kilometers, I ran an average speed of like 5.19 minutes per kilometer, which is decent. I ran the 8 kilometers in like 43 minutes and like 33 seconds, something like that. Precisely on 8 kilometers. And to be honest, I'm very grateful, man, that I actually finished this race. I'm like super fucking tired right now, but actually this run also gave me some little bit of energy. To be honest, I did not really think before the race actually started. I did not really think that I could finish it, but I still pulled it off. I'm very proud of myself. And that's one of the things like I wanted to make a video about. Like sometimes I feel like your mind is lying to yourself. And especially if it does to me. Like sometimes when I'm like very tired, I'm saying to myself, you know what, bro, like don't do it. You know, you're tired. Give yourself some rest. But if I do the opposite of that, if I actually go against my mind, not in a form of like resistance, like resisting the now, but more in the form of like going against like this little, like you can say pussy voice in your mind that says, you know what, you're tired, just take a rest and stuff, which is good. Sometimes you gotta listen to that voice because a lot of times, not a lot of times, but sometimes like you're very tired and your body just needs some rest and your mind as well. So you might take the rest, but most of the time, I'm talking about like 9 out of 10, like 90% of the times, your mind, I feel like, is lying to you because I did not want to run. It was cold. It was actually raining a little bit and it very much like sucked, but I still did it. I still finished it. And I still like right now feel way better than I did before. Like if I just like said to myself, you know what, you're actually right. I'm just going to stay in bed and like watch Netflix or something. I would have felt like way worse than how I feel right now. If you're going to compare the feelings of like, if I did the easy thing, like stayed in my bed or like did some other bullshit distraction thing, and compare that feeling that I would get from that thing, of course, to the feeling that I have right now, which is of course finishing the run and actually preparing for the half marathon, like the mission in itself, I would have felt actually worse, even though that was the easier option. So what is my point with this? My point is sometimes, once again, like I said, your mind is lying to you. Like it says to you, yeah, you don't need to do this. You're tired. Just take a rest. Once again, I'm going to say it a million times again. Sometimes you need to listen to that voice because that voice is like sometimes telling the truth, like your body needs to rest, your mind as well. But most of the times that's just not the case. And that's what I realized with this run. In the midst of the run, man, I was like, especially at the beginning, I would say like from the first, like you can say 0 kilometers to like the 4 kilometers, like the first 4 kilometers, I was such in a flow state. And I actually ran pretty fast at the beginning because I was so hyped, like I was so much into the music and stuff. But after that, it got a little bit more difficult because I started to like get a lot in my mind and not like inside of my body, like not in the present moment. I started to think about the future, started to think about the past. And even though sometimes I would think about the past, which was a good thing because it then motivated me to actually run further. Like I would think about my old self, like my 15-year-old self, 16-year-old self was like totally depressed and like a piece of shit that had no purpose in life, like was 24/7 on social media. And right now I'm a 21-year-old guy, like 5 to 6 years of improvement onto all domains of life. And I'm still not there yet. I would say I've like reached 5% of my potential. Not even that. I would say not even 2% of my potential, even though I'm still working very hard today. Every single day, you can say, I am still not the height that I want to get to with my genetic capabilities and with the circumstances that I've been given and with the cards that I've been dealt with. So I feel like I still have a very, very long way to go, like in so many like things to learn, so many wisdom to gain, so many knowledge to gain. But I feel like in this 5.5 years to like 6 years of improvement, I've improved myself to the point where I can look into the past and actually get a burst of motivation out of it, because then I see myself where I was and where I'm right now, which is a big difference. And I feel like that's where self-love comes from. And I know this video is all over the place, but I'm just like saying my thoughts out after the run and what I've actually learned when I was running. Like these are the type of things that I learned when I'm like in the midst of the run. When I'm like running and I'm like very much in the flow state of being, like I'm genuinely in the flow state of the present moment whilst I'm running, I get in such a peaceful mode. And like I've already talked about in my previous videos, like it's like the present moment meets the suffering, and that's what I like, where I find myself again. And so what I've learned once again when I was running is like basically self-love comes from looking into the past and seeing where you are right now and comparing yourself to where you were, for example, a couple months ago, a couple years ago, a couple decades ago, even a couple of weeks ago. Like if you can see the difference in a positive perspective, that's self-love, because you said to yourself, yeah, I'm going to change, not because of somebody else, but because for myself, like because I said I'm going to change and I'm going to change. So I feel like this self-love comes from like looking to the past and seeing the person who you used to be and looking into the present moment to see the person that you are right now, and making a comparison between the person that you used to be and the person that you are right now, seeing it from a positive perspective and see, yeah, I've actually grown a lot as a person. I've actually grown a lot spiritually, mentally, spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, whatever. And like, if you can see that in a positive light, I feel like that is where you can genuinely love yourself, because I feel like self-love comes from developing yourself in a positive manner in all domains of life. And in the midst of running, I get a lot of like these type of thoughts where I think, yeah, that's basically right. Like I genuinely have improved myself so much, and I still, like I said, I've still a very, very long way to go, but I've still improved myself very much in these 5.5 years, that I can see this difference, and it gives me like a burst of motivation, burst of discipline again to, yeah, think about who you were back then. And that's what hypes me up a little bit. Like, think about the version of you that was depressed and see where you are right now. You're actually fighting the battle, like you're going to war with yourself. And I know this sounds very motivational stuff. It's not. It's just a fact of my life. And that's what I want to like say in this video. It's a part of the journey as well. Everything that is like part of the journey of this half marathon, I'm gonna like record it and just make a video about it. But to be honest, coming back to the run, I ran very good. I'm gonna log it in my Notion template, because I made a template. I'm gonna like keep every single run in check there, like how I felt, the mood, and the run, the pace, the speed, etc. Like I said, I did not really go for the speed itself. I went for like actually finishing the line. That's what I did. So I ran an average of like 5.19 minutes per kilometer, which is decent. Like I said, it's not that bad. It could of course be way better, but that was not my intention. My intention was to genuinely finish the race, and that's what I did. The things that I've learned once again is to like, I ran way too fast at the beginning because I was so hyped. I want to like humble myself more at the beginning of the race, so I can actually have way more energy at the end of the race, and I can like a little bit sprint a little bit at the end of the race, you can say. Not sprinting in the actual sense of like sprinting, because you don't have any fucking energy to do that, but like running a little bit faster at the end of the race. So I feel like what I need to do is at the beginning of the race, I need to like go a little bit slower, and then at the end, like middle to end, you can say, I can like speed things a little bit up and actually get to the finish line. So that's one thing that I've learned. You can say another thing that I've learned is to basically, what have I learned else? Like, I feel like another thing that I've learned in this race was to, like, I was running once again with my phone, and it hurted my shoulders a little bit, because I was like holding my phone all this time with my right hand, and it hurted my shoulders a little bit. So I started in the midst of the 8-kilometer run, I started to do this a little bit, because my shoulders were like hurting and stuff. Even though the phone is very light, but like holding it in your hands whilst running for like 45 minutes is just a pain in the ass. So what I've also learned is to run with a watch, which I'm gonna do. Like I said, the watch is on its way, and in the next run, I'm gonna wear it and see how far that can take me. But yeah, man, like, I did not want to run, but I did it, and I feel genuinely pumped up right now. I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna eat a little bit, and I'm gonna go on my laptop, do some more work, and then get some good night's sleep, like get the hours of sleep in, because I need some recovery time. and Friday I'm gonna go to the gym with a friend of mine, and then Monday I'm gonna make the day 3 video where I gonna go for a run for 5 kilometers again, or maybe 6, and really gonna focus on the pace and see how fast I can actually run the 5 kilometers. That's what I feel like my intention needs to be. The 5 kilometers the intention of that needs to be on the speed. The Wednesdays, the intention of that is going to be like actually finishing the line, which I did today. So I'm proud of myself. Next week I'm gonna run 9 kilometers in total, and the week after that 10. So every single week is like 1 kilometer extra, and it's great, man. It's done. I'm gonna take a shower like I said, and I see you guys actually Monday when I record the video again, or maybe even like in the midst when I have like a very interesting topic to like talk about and come in front of a camera and talk about it. I'm not quite sure about that, but we will see. That's basically it, man. Raw, unfiltered videos. And see how far that can take me, man. I'm not really attached to results. I'm just doing this because I want to do it, and that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you guys have a blessed day, man. Keep taking care of yourself. Bye-bye.